Hey, what you doing today, Mike?
Hey, what's up? This is Mike from Solid Systems. I'm going to show you how to tear apart a Mac Mini. We got the most high-tech piece of tool we have, the Red Devil paint scraper.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Pretty fancy piece of equipment. Basically, I have a snap fit here. You need to pry the bottom part out, and there's 4 screws, 2 plugs, a ribbon cable, and then you can start tearing apart the hard drive. So let's get going. You just kind of jam that in there. Pop it out. Work a little bit around the edges. The second side is quite a bit tougher to get into. So let's see if we can make that happen. Maybe. Start it back. Pop that up. There's 3. Lift that off. It's going to be much tougher to do the first time you take it apart. This is the second time I've done this. So, anyway, then you go, and we've got some screws here. There's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're back.
Yeah.
Alright. Now that we got the top off, we've got 4 screws.
That's the top.
We got 4 screws, a plug, and a ribbon cable to get out of here. So we'll start with the bigger screw. That's in the front right corner.
This is the front. A little hard to tell.
The only way you can tell, the plugs are in the back. So front right, it's pretty easy. This is a bigger screw. The back right, you have to squeeze the pins here, and then this switch comes off. This is actually for the wireless adapter. It's the antenna for it. There's a spring there. Be careful to set that aside. And then you need a small, tiny screwdriver for back here in this corner. So we'll pull that one out. The back left. You're better off with a number 1 head instead of a 0. So that one comes out pretty easy. And then the front left is also pretty easy to get. Alright. Now we've got 2 more things to pull off. Don't lift the assembly off yet. We've got a front, I think it's probably I don't know, maybe a speaker connector or something. But just pop it out with your paint scraper. And then back here you've got the ribbon cable. There's a ZIF connector here. It stands for Zero Insertion Force. You just lift up both sides of the ribbon, of the brown part, like so. And the ribbon just slips right out. Okay, now this circuit board is actually slotted into the bottom of the motherboard, so it's a little bit tough getting free. Don't pull too hard, but it comes free. And then the hard drive's down here. This is what we're after. We're going to hook this up to our skeleton box and run a drive fitness test on it. Make sure the drive's good. So for the hard drive, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and then you need to slide it out and then lift it up from the side, and there's the hard drive. Now would be a good time to upgrade the RAM if you wanted to. This particular model came with 2.6 and 512. They pop out just like any other laptop RAM does. You pull these two aside, slide that up, and pop the stick right out. We're not going to go with an upgrade here. The particular customer doesn't want it. Speaking of customers, this computer belongs to Ames365.com. So if you want some news, events, look up what's happening locally here in Ames. Go to Ames365.com. Check it out. It's a pretty good website. We do some work for them, and they really try to be the place here locally to get your news. You don't really need to go to the big radio stations or news stations or whatever. So check out Ames365.com. This computer belongs to them. Showing you how to take it apart. So that's about that. It goes together the opposite way it came apart. Not too difficult to do. Just make sure you hook up your front plug and make sure you get the ribbon cable put back together. Then you should be good to go. Once again, this is Mike from Solid Systems.